Hi friends, my name is Abigail and I'm happy to have you here for some more yoga. This is the third YouTube yoga class. The very first video I posted, I said my first vinyasa class, and as I have shared that and seen a few of you watch it, I thought I should make a video for your first yoga class. So if you're brand new to yoga, this is a great place to get started, a good place to just actually hear all the things I wish I knew when I first started yoga, because there is a ton to learn, and the more I learned, the more I realize I don't know about yoga. So it can be a super intimidating thing when you're first getting started, but hopefully this class helps be a little less intimidating as I just talk through some logistics of yoga. And hopefully then when you go to your next class or do another YouTube class with me, it's less intimidating and you kind of know what to expect or what to think about or what to do in some poses when someone says downward dog, upward dog, warrior one, warrior two, even those terms, as general as they are when used in the context of yoga, sometimes you're like, I feel like I should know what this is. And it's kind of hard to know what you're doing when you're first getting started. So hopefully we'll break some of those things down, and together we'll just keep on working through it. So as we move through some postures, we'll move through a little bit slower today, and I'll just talk maybe a little more than I would in another class that you may watch of mine. So go ahead and start by sitting on your knees, hips back to heels. You can open your knees about a foot apart from each other, and then just walk your hands forward in front of you as we come down into what is called child's pose. Now, in this posture, you can do a lot of different things, but really, as we're starting the beginning of class, typically your teacher's going to put you in a posture where you can really just start to check in with yourself, beginning to notice how you feel, where you're tight, where you're loose, an opportunity to let go of any stresses or, I don't know, crazy things that may have happened in your day or your life. Maybe if you're going to like a studio or something, you're really rushing in the door. I know I have had my fair share of moments where I am running last minute into my yoga class. And these first few minutes of class are really great to just relax, to take a breather, to stop rushing, to just breathe a little extra. As you're breathing in this posture, release your neck. Maybe relax your forehead on the ground. Maybe you walk your fingertips a little further forward to feel a little extra stretch through your spine. A little extra length. And begin to notice your breath. As we move through yoga, you'll hear a lot of teachers cue breath, inhales, exhales, and sometimes that can be a super intimidating thing, because I don't think as humans we're used to thinking about our breath as much as our breath is thinking about us. Literally, we can't survive without our breath. And so it's an important thing to gain control of and really get comfortable with. Over 2 years of yoga for me now, I feel like I'm finally becoming a little more comfortable with my breath. Go ahead and bring your palms together and then bring your thumbs towards the back of your neck. We're just going to change this posture ever so slightly. Really opening up the backs of your arms. Hopefully that feels nice for you. Go ahead and release. And then push yourself up to a tabletop position, literally making a table here. And in this posture, I just want you to notice your spine. This is our opportunity to warm up our spine. The connection of all our movements, everything coming through the spine. So we're going to move through what what we call a cat-cow position. So this is our cow. You're arching your spine, your belly button's drawing towards the ground. And then our cat position, your spine is lifting up, your shoulder blades are coming apart. You're pushing down into the ground as you look towards your belly button. For me, I love to let my students take this time to warm up at whatever pace feels good for you. Each class, we're coming in at different places, in different spaces. So feel free to move through as fast or as slowly as you want here. Take your time. If something feels good, maybe this cat posture feels good. Maybe it feels good to kind of roll your neck side to side. Feel free to do that. Maybe you look over towards your heel, getting some lateral movement in your spine, looking over your shoulder to one heel and then the other. Now from here, we're going to start on the left side. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling and then thread it underneath between your hand and your knees. Extend your right arm out long for a little thread the needle. Again, just a nice warm-up pose. Your left hand can be facing the ground, or if it feels better, you can turn it up towards the sky as well. Either is great. I'm going to go back to talking about breath just a little bit more. In yoga though, many people probably who are here have had some experience with running, so I'm going to use running as my example today, but it applies in a lot of different sports in a lot of different areas. But as a runner, runners focus on their breath just as much as yogis, or if they don't, they definitely should. Go ahead and bring your hand underneath your shoulder. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling, place it back on the mat, and then go ahead and switch sides. Lift right arm up towards the ceiling, thread the needle, hand coming between, out to the left, between your knees and your hands, and then go ahead and take this posture on the other side. I'm going to turn just so that my voice is projecting towards the microphone so you can hear me. But as runners are running, if they don't focus on their breath and give some intention to their inhaling and exhaling, their pace can become really unsteady. And I would say ultimately the run is much less successful. When a runner has a good pace, typically it's connected to a really strong breath. I know when I was into running a little bit more than I currently am, I would inhale through my nose and exhale through my mouth, and that was a really helpful breath to use to pace myself throughout my run. So as yogis, when we talk about our breath, this is just an opportunity to help pace yourself as you're going throughout your practice. Go ahead and place the left hand underneath left shoulder. Push yourself back up, right arm coming towards the sky to unwind, and then right hand coming back to the mat, back to our normal tabletop position. From here, go ahead and sit back again, not quite to child's pose. Bring your right hand back next to your right heel, and then swing your left hand over to the right, and then back towards the back of your mat. Okay, you don't have to come all the way back. You can kind of make this halfway movement, but if you're feeling good, you can roll all the way back and reach straight back. So your spine is kind of back to a squared position, okay? Then the left hand's gonna come to the right, come through center in the front of your mat, switching sides. Your left hand's gonna grab your left ankle, right hand coming forward, swinging over to the left, and then reaching back towards the back of your mat, okay? This is what we call some half camel movements. And you're just gonna continue to sweep your hands side to side, warming up your spine, one side and then the other. Noticing where you are. If this is a really intense stretch, maybe you only come halfway and stretch over to the side. Maybe you don't even start leaning back yet. And you just make this a nice little side bend. We're gonna take a couple of these, really warming up. The spine is so important, and there's a lot that you can do with it. So as you move through this, continue to breathe. And take this time to warm up. All right, one more on each side. And back through center. Go ahead and sit your hips to your heels. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back. Just gonna take some neck rolls, neck over to the side, maybe down through center, then over to the left. Maybe you want to continue that circle, or go ahead and reverse it. I'm just gonna focus my neck movement here in the front. Noticing that my back is feeling a little tight, maybe my shoulders are a little tight. So just using my neck to loosen up through there just a little bit. The beginning of class 2 can be a really nice time to close your eyes. No one will judge you for closing your eyes. No one will judge you for keeping your eyes open either. Whatever you want to do, don't hesitate to just trust yourself, listen to the teacher's voice, and do whatever they're cueing. You might open your eyes and realize that the rest of the class is doing something else entirely. That might be a great opportunity for the teacher to realize that there's some other way that they could cue that posture for you to realize better or hear what they're doing. Sometimes we just get a little behind. We start thinking in our minds about whatever we're doing, and we lose track of whatever the teacher's cueing, and then we need to play a little catch up. But it really is okay to continue to do what feels good for you. And if you're off a little bit, the teacher says reach your right hand to your left ankle and you reach right hand to right ankle, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We all have those moments where we end up in maybe not quite the right posture. You're just building mobility in a different way than was intended, and that's okay because it's probably still a good movement to move through. Mobility all around in yoga is super important, really beneficial. Go ahead and bring your hips high. If you hadn't followed me, I moved into a tabletop position and shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and then hips coming up towards the sky, taking some time just to pedal my knees right and left, bending and straightening through each knee. This is called downward dog, a very common pose, probably one of the most common poses you will do in a yoga class. You might do this pose quite a bit, and this pose has so many great benefits, so really learn to get comfortable here. It can be a little hard at first, it might even be a little awkward, and that's okay, no judgment. You shake your head yes, shake your head no, loosening up your neck. Your head is always sitting on top of your shoulders, so it's really nice to let it hang and let gravity pull it in the opposite direction. Couple cues I'll give here. Always, first one, you continue to breathe. This pose can get a little intense the longer you stay here. Your breath will carry you through till the end of this posture. Next, go ahead and take a really big knee bend, okay? Your feet don't have to be right next to each other. They can be apart just a bit. And maybe a hip's width distance apart. That's usually a pretty good position for your feet. Go ahead and bend your knees really deep here. Really make that knee bend dramatic. And let your shoulders push open towards your knees or your thighs, pressing your chest towards your thighs. And then from here, press your palms into the ground. Really equalize your weight throughout your entire hand. Don't let the weight center on top of your wrist entirely. Push some of that weight into your fingers. Now that your spine is straightened a little more, there's some pressure in that front, then go ahead and straighten your knees. It is 100% okay for you to not have your feet together, for you to have your knees bent here. First and foremost, I think it feels the best, and you'll get a lot of the best benefits by first opening through your shoulders and spine. Coming out of it for just a moment here, you can sit back on your knees, maybe rest your hands on top of your thighs as I talk for just a second. We spend so much time looking down at phones, at computers, and we're in this hunched over motion so much. And as you continue to get older in life, or maybe you have someone older close to you, you'll start to see that our backs start to round just naturally. And so we have a lot of hunching over in older age, and that also starts to just decrease the movement. So as we're doing these half camel poses, that's an opportunity to open your chest. As we're in downward dog, again, an opportunity to open your chest so that we can counteract all the sitting we do down here in this position, okay? If you're still in a downward dog, awesome. We're gonna meet back in there. If you're not, go ahead and jump back into a downward dog. We're gonna lift right leg up high to the sky to a three-legged dog. One hand, two hand, one leg, three-legged dog. In this posture, again, do what feels good for you. If you want to adjust, focus on your hands. Notice if the weight is distributed equally throughout your hands, and then maybe take the opportunity to flex your right foot down towards the ground and square your hips towards the ground just a little bit too. Bringing right knee in toward your nose. Go ahead and step your right foot between your hands. To get your foot in between, sometimes this is a really hard motion to get, especially as you're new. That's okay. It'll take a little bit of time. It's gonna be easier the more you can push your hands into the ground and round through your shoulders. You'll find that your foot comes really nice in between. If you had to wiggle and adjust to get here, that's wonderful. Go ahead and stay in that low lunge. Twist and turn your back heel towards the ground, back heel flat on the ground, and then bring your arms straight up into a warrior one. Also a very common yoga pose. Your front knee is bent, your hips are square to the top of your mat, and your back heel is on the ground. Your foot may be at a 45 degree in the back. It's a great place for it. And then your arms are up towards the sky. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Release some of that tension. Maybe do some shoulder shrugs. This isn't what we typically do, but maybe your shoulders are feeling tight. Being in that downward dog, it's a little unusual and you just need to shake it out. No worries, do it and then come back. That's the wonderful thing about all these yoga postures. Whenever you come out, you can always come back and find yourself here again in the pose. From here, we're gonna open up to warrior two. So right arm is coming forward, left arm is coming back, still bending into that front knee. Your back foot turns out, so your pinky toe, or the sharp edge of your foot, is parallel with the back of your mat. Your hips are not squared forward anymore. They're a little more open to the side. They're not completely parallel with the side of your mat either though. It is okay to kind of maybe find a 45-degree angle, but your shoulders should be in a straight line with your mat. And then your gaze, you're looking at your front hand over in front of your fingers, okay? Warrior two. Very good. Now, I think this pose feels amazing. We're gonna bring forearm to our thigh and just reach up and over with our left hand towards the top of the mat. Extended side angle pose. Very good. From here, go ahead and reach back up. Circle your arms down to the mat, hands on either side of your foot. Step back. We find ourselves in a high plank. From here, go ahead and lower down. This is a chaturanga. Elbows are in towards your sides. Arms are halfway bent. And then go ahead and lift up. Maybe your toes tuck under. This is our up dog. And then we return to down dog. We'll stay here for just a moment. Go ahead and come back to a seated position. Maybe your hips come back to your heels. Take a rest, take a breath in child's pose. Those three movements, going through the high plank to a chaturanga, which is a low plank, the up dog, and then a down dog, often in yoga is termed vinyasa. So if you are ever in a class and they say vinyasa, those are the three postures you're gonna do. We're gonna do these a couple times throughout today's practice. And with time, I promise you it gets easier. When I first started yoga, I hated it because I did not want to do any more push-ups. And good news, let me share this happy news with you. Anytime a teacher says vinyasa, high plank, low plank, up dog, down dog, you can just come to down dog. You can go straight from here, high plank, to down dog. There is zero judgment for you to just go there. You may be dealing with an injury, you may be just really tired, and you need to give yourself time to work up to doing every single vinyasa in class. I know when I do a lot of yoga, I might be really great at my vinyasas, and I might start to fill up my shoulder a little, and that is just a sign for me to take a break and listen to my body. A huge part of yoga is listening to your body and doing what it tells you you should or shouldn't do. All right, let's come back up to a tabletop. If you have moved through a different posture, maybe a child's pose, a down dog, come back to the tabletop, and then we're going to find ourselves back in a downward dog. Again, maybe deep knee bend, pushing your chest, shoulders open, and then maybe straightening your legs from there. Go ahead and lift left leg up, three-legged dog. Your toes can be flexed towards the ground. Maybe square your hips. Push some pressure into your wrists. If you're starting to feel your wrists are really tired and you're like, man, I'm not built for this, honestly, it might just be that you need a new mat. Go ahead and bring left knee in toward your chest. Step your left foot between your hands or in this little lunge here. I think a mat makes a huge difference. Swivel right heel down to the ground, arms come up, warrior one. When I was first starting yoga, another thing I wish someone told me is you have a crappy mat. Just because it's called a yoga mat does not mean all yoga mats are created equal, and that was a huge game changer for me when I started yoga. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. To just have a good mat, to be supported by something that is made to support you. So if you're finding that your body hurts, your knees hurt kneeling, your wrists are hurting in downward dog or tabletop, whatever it is, maybe take an opportunity to upgrade your mat. Open warrior two, left arm draws forward, right arm draws back, knife edge of your back foot along parallel with your mat, gaze over your front fingers, warrior two. A lot of yoga poses have interesting names, and I know that they maybe feel like a cliche, or you might feel a little awkward when you're first moving through these. It gets way more comfortable with time. Forearm comes to the top of your thigh, reach up and over with that right hand. Look up towards your top hand, really stretching through this entire side of your body. Oh, I just think it feels so good. You need a recommendation on mats. This is not sponsored, but I love my Manduka mat. I think it is the best thing that ever happened. Go ahead and come back up, arms parallel, circle your arms down towards the ground, step back, vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog. Your knees can come to the mat, or you can put some pressure into your feet and keep your knees lifted. Ultimately, that's the goal, is to keep your knees off the ground. You can't even tell I'm doing it because of these pants that I'm wearing today, but it's okay to relax your legs onto the ground to support you a little extra, and then you move into a downward dog. Very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Here we go. We're going to gently step to the top of our mat for a sun A. You're in this forward folded hanging position. Maybe you grab your opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy here, and just maybe you can hang straight down, or you can gently rock side to side. Again, it's your choice, your practice. Do what feels good for you. And letting gravity help you lengthen your spine as your head draws towards the ground. If your knees are bent, which I think it's great if your knees are bent, maybe you try and straighten them just a little bit, feeling a little stretch. Go ahead and release your hands towards the ground, and then inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine, look 4 feet in front of you. Maybe your hands rest on your shins. Your thighs might be a little awkward. I think shins is a great place for your hands to rest, kind of acting as a support beam as you're lengthening through your chest. You're looking out, try and having a straight spine from tailbone to the crown of your head, all the way through. Exhale, lower your chest on top of your thighs, and then inhale, roll all the way up, arms up. Your gaze goes up and follows your hands. Hands come together, coming into prayer, Samastiti, top of the mountain. Now you might go to a yoga class and you're like, what is Samastiti? Well, there is this language called Sanskrit, and a lot of yoga poses have a name. As you go to certain teachers, they might use different names, and you'll kind of get used to what your teacher says if they do say a Sanskrit name for a yoga posture. Don't worry about it too much. There's no test at the end. Just follow the movements. If your teacher is guiding the class, follow what they're doing. If they are not guiding the class with postures and only cueing through words, stress less. Listen to their words. Just try and follow what they say. Arms circle around and up. Exhale, forward fold. Your arms can come out to the side and down towards the ground. Head tucks in. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine again. Exhale, plant the palms on the ground. Step back, feet to the back of your mat, hands staying where they are. Vinyasa. Here we go through our high plank to low plank, up dog, and then returning into down dog. Step to the top of your mat. Feet coming near your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands coming into prayer. Taking a breath. Maybe you take a moment to close your eyes, to regroup here, to not worry about what your outfit looks like or is doing. Inhale, arms circle up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come forward, plant the palms, step back. Vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog. Remembering that if you want, you can go straight to a down dog. No need to kill yourself here. Do what feels good. Do what feels right. Help yourself like yoga. Don't make yourself hate it just because you're forcing yourself to do a pose or a posture that doesn't feel good for you. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Sit your hips back as your arms come up. We find chair pose. As humans, we go through school, we have to ask permission to go to the bathroom, and then we enter the real world, we get a real job, and we're like, what? We don't have to ask permission to go to the bathroom? Same thing with yoga. You don't have to ask permission to change or alter a pose if you need to. Maybe sit your hips a little lower in this chair pose. You're warming up here. Bring your hands down and come up onto your toes. Maybe drop your chest just a little, but keep looking forward. You're on your toes, your knees are bent. Drinking bird is what this posture is called. Inhale, come up, straighten your legs, reach up with your arms. A ballerina pose, and exhale, forward fold. Plant your heels, feet flat on the ground, forward bending. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms, step back. Vinyasa. If you know what to do, go ahead and do it. If you're following me, maybe this time you follow me right into a downward dog, skipping the chaturanga and the up dog. No need to ask for permission. This is your practice. As a teacher, we are here to guide and provide opportunities, not to be drill sergeants. Right leg lifts up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bring the foot between the hands, plant back hip on the ground, come up, warrior one. Open warrior two. We've been here before. This time instead of coming, actually let's go forward. Forearm to your thigh, extended side angle, look up. Bring hands back to parallel. We're gonna reverse warrior. Couple variations here. You can bring your hand to your thigh. You can wrap your hand around your back. Your front arm is going to turn up and back. I think to start, having your hand on your thigh for a little support is a wonderful place. If you feel supported, you're really just getting a front side body stretch here. Arm circle down, right arm hitting the ground, left arm hitting the ground, stepping back, vinyasa. Taking whatever variation here. Coming into a downward dog, left leg lifts high, three-legged dog. Left foot steps between both hands. Back heel pivots to the ground, arms come up, warrior one. Open warrior two. You're doing great here. Forearm comes to your thigh, reach up and over. Genuinely, sometimes it's harder to move through these poses. Reverse your warrior, taking the variation with your hand. Sometimes it's harder to move through these poses slower because you're really forcing these muscles to work, to hold, to breathe. If you're losing your breath, bring your hands back down to the mat. Vinyasa. Sometimes, not gonna lie, I take a nice little child's pose for half a second and then I find my way into a downward dog. All poses that are familiar, all poses that are easy to move through. Just finding mobility in a little different way. Gently step, or you can take the option to jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit the hips back, arms come up. This time, open your right arm down and back, looking over your back fingertips. You're twisting as you continue to sit in this chair pose. Come back, hands through center. This time, left arm comes down, around, into the back of your mat. Look over your left hand. Fingers come forward, back through center. Let's move back into the drinking bird. Arms come down, heels come up, balancing on your toes. Pick a spot to focus on. That will help you with your balance. Inhale, rise all the way up, ballerina pose. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe bend your knees, straighten just a little bit. Feels good, don't it? All right, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, stretch through your spine. Plant the palms, vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Again, warming up your body. Moving through some different mobility. That is a huge part of yoga. Go ahead and step your feet to the top of your mat or hop to the top. This time bringing your feet to the outsides of your hands, and then let your hips come down towards the ground. Bring your hands up into a prayer next to your heart. Palms are pressed together. Maybe the outsides of your thighs are pushing against your triceps. If you're on social media, this was really trendy for a while and people talked about doing this all the time. Fun fact, in some places, this yogi squat is not even a yoga pose, rather what people do in the absence of chairs. But believe it or not, the more we sit in chairs, the more we need this posture. So good. Go ahead and crawl your palms forward. Reach in front of you if you can, rounding your spine. Maybe your hips aren't very close to the ground today. Maybe you're up here. Maybe this is where your yogi squat is. That's okay. Eventually, you'll notice with time, your hips will come lower and lower and lower. Wonderful. Go ahead and sit your hips down towards the mat. Bring your feet together. We're gonna slow it down a little bit. Shorter class today, taking longer in each posture. We're gonna find ourselves in kind of a butterfly pose. Go ahead and sit up tall and then bring your elbows in towards your hips. Don't let them flare out towards your knees just yet. Use the arms kind of as a guide for a straight spine as you fold over, keeping your spine straight, looking in front of you. Some yoga classes, I really love a good creative movement, and I think that's a huge part of yoga, is just finding good, healthy mobility. Yoga can be a long lifetime practice, something that you can do for a very long time to come, and it's going to help you in your everyday life. So taking the opportunity to stretch, to find some extra mobility will be super helpful and beneficial. I'm so glad you're here with me today in this part of class. You've made it this far. You're doing wonderful. Just finding some good stretches, hopefully. Hopefully it's feeling good for you. If you're new to yoga, pausing what I'm saying, go ahead and bring your right leg out straight in front of you. Bring your left foot in towards the inside of your thigh, and then go ahead and just reach forward for that right foot. Option this time to round your spine, bringing your head down towards the top of your knee. If you can, and that's accessible to you, go ahead, flex your toes back towards your face. A little extra stretch in the back of your leg. What I was saying is there is a lot of different types of yoga. So if you're new to yoga and you've made it this far in my class, congratulations. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and there's something for everyone. For a long time, I really wanted to like yoga, and I honestly didn't love it for a long time, even though I wanted to love it. Go ahead and sit up, switch legs, bring left leg out, right foot in towards your thigh, reach over, bring your forehead down towards your knee, maybe flex your toes back towards your face here. But it really took some consistent work to go to a few different classes and to really find first the style that I liked and a teacher that I liked. And once I found a teacher I liked, generally I could find more styles that I liked, and that was a big thing for me. So if you go to a class and it's not your favorite, you're kind of hating it, try something else. There is a class, a style, and a teacher that will resonate with you that you'll find yourself enjoying. So keep trying new things. There's something out there for everyone. Go ahead and sit up. We're going to switch legs again. Go ahead and take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Left hand plants behind you on the ground, and then using your hand to kind of pull yourself around, you're doing a spine twist here. Go ahead and look towards the back of your mat, over your back shoulder. I think this feels marvelous, 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 darling. Using your inhale to lengthen your spine, maybe you sit up a little taller. Exhale, twist a little more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Go ahead and unwind, switching legs, switching sides. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand plants behind you. Palm on the ground, twisting around. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. If your right hand is far away from you, you might find that you're not twisting as efficiently. Bring your right hand in close to your hip. Use your arm as a kickstand to lengthen your spine, and then twist. Over time, the more yoga you do, the more postures you'll find, little tips, tricks, hacks to help yourself be more successful. And that just comes with time. Lots of time, Lots of practice. Go ahead, shake your legs out in front of you. Maybe you shake your arms up and down. Maybe this is kind of a hard movement. We're not used to bringing our arms just up and down. Again, mobility in yoga. Draw your hands, palms together behind your back, and then just pull them out away from your hips. Maybe flex your feet back towards your face. Maybe your heels come up off the ground. And then bring your hands next to your hips as we find a staff pose, seated staff. Wonderful. All right, from here, we're gonna wind down the end of our class. Go ahead and bring yourself down to your back as we come into some final postures. We're gonna end with some inversions, if you will. Go ahead and just bring your feet up over your hips. Your hips are still on the ground, they're relaxed. Your feet are just raised. The blood is rushing out of your feet. It will help reduce inflammation, help any restless leg syndrome. Just get the blood circulating back to the main organs of your body. You can take another option here. Go ahead and lift your hips up. You can place your hands on your hips as you come into more of a waterfall posture. No need to overextend yourself here. If you're feeling good where you're at, go ahead and stay there. If you've made it to this waterfall, go ahead and bend your knees in towards your forehead. You're rolling up like a roly-poly. Wonderful. Hopefully that's feeling good for you there. If that's feeling good and you want to go a little bit further, go ahead and split your knees. Bring your knees to the outsides of the temples of your forehead, or maybe your knees come toward your ears. And now it's probably hard to hear me, but you're doing great. Go ahead, take one more breath. Go ahead and unwind, gently bringing your head back, knees back to your forehead, and then hips rolling to the ground. Maybe your legs coming straight to kind of counterbalance your hips rolling down. Very gentle here. Keeping your feet up and raised. Go ahead and grab the outsides of your feet. Your elbows tend to draw on the inside of your knees, your hands to the outside of your feet. I think this is a wonderful time to give yourself a little back massage, a little love. Go ahead and rock side to side, hips going in one direction and then the other. Maybe give yourself a big, deep exhale. Maybe draw your tailbone towards the ground just a little more. Maybe use your hands to pull your feet down towards the ground just a little more. Your knees coming closer to your chest. Does that feel good? Are you feeling that back massage? A little love from you to you. That's really what you're doing as you're moving through any yoga class. Anytime you can give yourself, whether it's 10 minutes, an hour, maybe a 90-minute or 2.5-hour class. It's just a gift for you to breathe, to receive, maybe to challenge yourself, and to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Go ahead, finding a neutral spine. Bring your feet down towards the ground. Most yoga classes, if not all yoga classes, will finish in this final Shavasana. Your feet are rested on the ground. Sometimes you'll do this in the middle of class. Often in the middle of class, maybe you keep your heels together and your toes fall open. At the end of class, I like to give myself a little extra space between my heels, especially if you're doing a hot yoga class, creating a little extra space between your legs, maybe bringing your arms a little further away from the side of your body. Just gives your body room to breathe, to have more air, to cool down. As you slow down at the end of a class, it's a great opportunity to breathe and to let go of any stress that any of those postures may have caused. Pretty basic, simple, quick class today. Hopefully you're feeling a little more confident as you come to yoga. Of course, there's always more poses, so just keep coming back. We'll move through different things each time. And when you find something you like, put it in your pocket, keep it, bring it back to class again. When you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, it's always nice to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently waking up your body. But always there is an invitation to stay here as long as you'd like. No need to rush out of here. Maybe your arms come up over your head. I always like this little stretch here as my arms come open. I just feel it a little different in my spine. And then bring my feet in towards my hips and roll over to whatever side is feeling good. Usually at this point my arms are still up over my head and my head rests on my bicep. A great place to be. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and push yourself back up into a seated position. There's been a quote going around social media, kind of just joking, but turns out you can go to yoga and you don't even have to be flexible. No one checks. But again, there is yoga for everyone. So if you're really looking to improve your flexibility, if you're looking to improve your strength, your balance, hopefully in a good yoga class, there will be aspects incorporating all of those things, including your breath, strength, balance, flexibility, breath, mindfulness, meditation. You'll find aspects of all those things in yoga. There's so much more I could share with you, but we'll end that today. I hope you find what you're looking for in your yoga practice, and I hope this was a good place to start. If you liked it, go ahead and let me know. Leave a comment, like the video. Your view alone helps motivate me to keep going, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Happy whatever day it is for you, yogis. Namaste.